Welcome, this is Lloyd Lofton, and today we're going to talk about how to get out of a legal contract without being sued. Well, the best way to get out of a legal contract without being sued is to plan that in advance. So in every contract you get involved in, there's a few things you want to make sure are included. The biggest one is termination. You want to have an early termination provision. In other words, exactly what are you allowed to do or not to have happen in order to get out of a contract early. You want a breach of contract provision in there for you and the other parties so that you understand exactly what would breach that contract and allow you the opportunity to get out of the contract without being sued. Another one is to have a limit of damage so that if you do have to get out of the contract for some unforeseen circumstances, the damages you and the other party might be responsible for are limited. And then you want enforceability. You want to make sure that you have a clause in there that determines how the contract is enforced and under what circumstances. You want to make sure there's a fraud provision in there so that once you get into the contract, if you find out that something was represented that's different than the way it really is, that gives you an opportunity to get out of the contract. And the last thing I would suggest to have in a contract to avoid being sued if you want to get out early is a fulfillment provision. You want to make sure that it's clearly spelled out exactly what each party is supposed to do to be considered fulfilling their obligations under the contract. Today we talked about how to get out of a legal contract without being sued.